The freehold has fallen. I have not received any replies to my correspondence in ages. I can only assume the rumors of what people are calling a doom are true. I have assembled a force from the Cohuric with the purpose of flying with Valyria down to whatever remains of Valyria. There I hope to restore order to this world once more. But if rumors are accurate and the freehold is nothing more than ash, perhaps this army would be better served subjugating the free cities under my rule. All I know is that I must head south and find out for myself what has become of my homeland. What's up, everybody? It's Sol, and today we are here once again in AGOT, but this time with the Legacy of Valyria submod. About a month or so ago, they released this bookmark. But we're going to be playing today as Emperor Aurion of the Varezes. I would assume it's Varezes host. This is a lore character. I believe he's one of the only Dragon Lords besides the Targaryens that survived the Doom. However, he decided that he was going to raise a force and try to go back and see basically what happened, and he disappeared. That probably isn't going to be what happens here in this video, at least I hope not, because that would make for a fairly unentertaining video, but we'll certainly see. But let's read his description. Aurion Varezes was one of the few surviving Dragon Lords stranded in Qohor, raised forces from Cohuric colonists, and declared himself first Emperor of Valyria. Atop his dragon, he and his 30,000 men marched to lay claim to whatever remained of Valyria, or perhaps to create a new Valyria by right of conquest of the free cities of Essos. Will Aurion risk everything to lay claim to his former home, or will he forge a new path with the remaining Dragon Lords so that the dream of Valyria will remain at the forefront of the world's mind? Time will tell. I will say, I've not tried this new bookmark out, but I do think it's really sweet. Very cool, I should say, that the submod team decided to make a bookmark at all. I think that's very ambitious, and I'm excited to give this a try. So we have the Arrow Freehold. You get to see his dragon Valyrian. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to click this in the intro, but the intro, or the words here rather, were in the intro, so I'm not going to read this. I shall return to the Freehold and claim what remains. So we have to do this travel, otherwise it does not work. So we're going to do that. We're going to take flight, so we can just ignore it. Remember, that's an option when you have a dragon, and that'll be something that we do. I will start traveling, but I will not hit go just yet. Although I don't know how that works, because he still has an entire army that needs to follow him. It looks like they tweaked his face a little bit from when I tried to do this initially, so if he looks different in the intro, I think it's from that. It looks like he has a level 4 tent, or level 4 pavilion, I should say. Level 6 supply, baggage train, proving ground, and mess tent. So I have to assume that he gets an option pretty early on, just based off of that, where he gets to become landed. So we'll certainly find out. Conduct a terror campaign. Let's look at our character here. So he is ambitious, he's brave, he's authoritative, he has a brilliant strategist, organizer, Valyrian's rider, trained fighter, and a shrewd banker. He has 10 diplomacy, 19 martial, 13 stewardship, 4 intrigue, and 3 learning. He has 27 prowess. He's Valyrian, High Valyrian, and he does have a dragon, the absolutely enormous 191-year-old Valyrian, this green dragon who was the offspring of the Zoyes, maybe? We're going to deepen our bond with our dragon. I feel like that only makes sense considering this. It's a monstrosity. Also looks a lot like the dragon that we had for Crom last fire when we played that. Obviously, this is the 1.5.0 update, or 1.15.0 update. So the recent update that changed all this stuff. Looks like this guy's actually an okay second, so we'll make him our second. You cannot be anything else, though. I think when you're the second, you can only be that. Or AGOT changed it. I cannot recall. We have a lot of positions to fill, so we're going to have to worry about that here in a minute. Although, maybe we won't. You never know. Let's just see what happens when we fly to... It looks like he's going to Nymeria Place. So let's just see what happens here. That's a very unconvincing dragon flying. It would actually be really cool if, and this is a suggestion for the future for AGOT in general, if the dragon appeared on the map, you could just change the color, maybe based off of the general dragon color. It doesn't have to look like them necessarily, but that could be pretty sweet. So I walked through the halls of the ruined palace of Nisar. Let's see, what is Nisar? It's that. That was once the home of Princess Nymeria of the Roinar, and I find myself brought back to the stories my mother would tell me as a child. Stories about the Dragon Lords of old and their conquests across Essos, taking what was rightfully theirs by divine right and dragon flame. Those who bowed were spared, and those who resisted were snuffed from the world or driven into exile, while their former kingdoms left to rot, the same as this one. As I let those stories flow into my mind, I can't help but wonder if the Freehold became weak as time went on. I wonder if those conquerors, those heroes from the stories, would look at my brethren and feel shame for what we became. Valyria was once the pinnacle of the world, but at the end, it felt as if we were nothing more but bickering children fighting over power and wealth. Perhaps that is why the gods chose to doom our people. Perhaps I have been chosen to keep the dream of Valyria alive. We press forward to the gloomy gate. We're going to take flight again because you don't cost any provisions and will actually gain provisions from our tent. So we're just going to keep going. I will give myself some Dragon Guard, and that's it. Just like a small elite regiment. They also did change Legacy of Valyria since the last time I've played. You'll notice that the menu has changed. There is now a crafting menu in this province menu. So there's a few different things from the last time we were here. The decision at the gloomy gate. We visited the Bridge of Dream. Once rivaling the long bridge of Volantis, the Bridge of Dream now looms over the Rhoyne in thick fog. Its stone arches used to rise 40 feet above the river. But, let's move that out of the way real quick. But have crumbled under dense moss and black vines. Now a place for the stonemen, it stands as a silent, rotting monument to the Rhoyners' lost pride. Nice. Well, not nice, but, you know. As I stand looking upon the waters of the Rhoyne, the ruin of Gloomy Gate, another of Freehold's conquest. I could have just, like, hovered over that, but whatever. Behind me, I guess not. Behind me, I realize that in this moment I have a choice. I can continue on the quest that I imagined at the start of this journey and march my host upon the possibly charred and magma-filled remains of Valyria and restore the Freehold's might in my own image. Or, which sounds better to me, I can embody the spirit of the first Dragon Lords of Valyria and reclaim the colonies of the Freehold through right of conquest by Dragonfire. As I stand at the border of Volantis, I must decide. Do I make the journey to the burned lands of Valyria, or do I forge ahead and create a new Valyria in the same fashion as my ancestors? Warning, either path should prove to be difficult. It is recommended that you save often to avoid a game over, which I will do so right after making this choice. I would be conquering him. I would be fighting the free city of Volantis immediately. That seems like a bad idea, but I do have a lot of troops, and I have a dragon, so I think that'd be way funnier if I just YOLO'd it into the sun. Although also, I will conquer the free cities to form a new Valyria. I'm going to pause real fast. And I'm also going to get some onagers, although it probably doesn't matter, but getting a little tiny bonus to our troop count should prove useful. I'm going to lead the charge, and I'm going to head straight for the capital, because we could... I cannot traverse this body of water. What? I would like to just be a general madman. I will use my dragon on the fort. I stand before the walls of Arpharos, my dragon Visarion at my side, our men surrounding the holding, the defenders trapped within, cowering behind the walls. Though we would doubtless force them to surrender with enough time, no walls can protect them from dragonfire. It is not without risk, but I could ride Visarion to unleash his flames upon the castle and bring the siege to a much quicker end. I'm gonna burn it dramatically and make this a 3-month siege, rather than a 3-year siege, which is entirely too long. And now it's only 55 days. And I'm gonna turn this up to 4, because 3 is a little too slow. It's better when you're landless to do, I think, 3. But when you're at war, I think 4 is like the ideal speed, personally. That's just me. That's my opinion. And we have captured our first territory, and we're going to keep on heading. And I'm going to use my dragon, and I'm going to give this a little minor burning. Just a small one to give them a taste of what I'm capable of. And I don't remember if that gives you dragon riding perks. It doesn't. All right, so I've taken this, and it looks like our allies, or our enemies, rather, are directly north of us. Dragons win all the time, so I'm better than you. Immediate victory. Immediate glory. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't know if any of this war score is from prisoners. It is not. So I will actually take all of this money, because it will help me dramatically once this war is over. Although I will land myself, and I think the reason they didn't give you too many men-at-arms to start with is because you won't lose any, money that way. At least not too much. More Dragon Guard wouldn't hurt. These guys aren't that good, though. Dragon Knights would be pretty solid, I think. These are like the elite guard. Dragon Spears are also pretty solid. Dragon Spears, Dragon Hunters, yeah. We'll worry about all that later. We got about 500 gold, which is exactly what you want. No. And I'm gonna head north, and I'm gonna hit this guy with my dragon, because I'm a psycho. Absolutely insane. He gained another level of fame, because he just doesn't care. He's a madman. I guess he just speed runs levels of fame. 98%. So this is already almost over. We haven't even made it to Volantis yet. So we bonded with our dragon. We're at, not the first perk, but that's fine. Also, this is interesting. So the organizer perks, so like the war perks also have trait paths now, which is cool. So they can be upgraded, which I appreciate. I think that's smart. And it's over. We have successfully taken the free city of Volantis in 11 months, no less. We gained 1,000 gold, and we're going to get gold from our camp being dissolved. So I'm going to enforce my demands. And I am now the king of Volantis with this absolutely, oh my god, look at that crown. Oh, disgusting. Let them see their new king. Peasants. Damn, and you get the sick, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Byzantine court. Love to see it. We're going to disband. my army so that I can actually be in court. And I'm gonna use some of this money, I think, to let's shore up our men-at-arms a little bit, because I fear that we're not gonna really have enough. So yeah, this is fine. This is like a solid number of men-at-arms to start with, and we should be able to go to war probably relatively quickly. I don't think I'm married, so that would definitely be something we want to do. He's also only 31 years old, which turns out to be my age, so we're very similar in that regard. And yeah, let's go with Sum of All Skills. I feel like that would be the best to begin with for this. And okay. So let's see what Volantis is looking like. It's actually really big. Jesus, it's enormous. Wow. And as we know, Volantis, the beautiful, it's a stunning looking city on this map. It is unbelievably nice. And I would also like to promote our culture here. And as well as I would like you to oversee the realm, so the councilor opinion is increased so that we don't get any untoward individuals trying to, I don't know, do something to me, which I wouldn't appreciate. Let's look at our court artifacts. So we got a couple, probably some banners that we can hang, which would be really sexy and cool. Nice. What is this guy? A Togros banner? I think this was from the Triarch, so I'm actually going to destroy this because it's stupid. I cannot destroy this one. However, I can probably use the artifact market. Where is that? Yeah. I'm going to sell something. Oh, that's right. This man has a Valyrian steel sword. It's called Stormbringer, which is a sick name, and I'm assuming, I'm going to call this out. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming this is named after the sword of Elric of Melniboné, the Lord of Melniboné, who the Targaryens are based off of. By, I think Michael Moorcock wrote the Elric saga. Great books. Very pulp, amazing pulp fantasy books. I think we should station our men-at-arms. I'm going to station my guard, my elite guard here at the capital in Old Volantis. And I'm going to station I think I'll do Dragon Spears. They feel like the second most powerful bunch. Yeah, and I wonder if there's any decisions. Okay. There's not. Establish the Empire of New Valyria. I have to completely control Volantis, which it looks to me like I do. The problem is that these are not in control. Like I don't have these, so it's like throwing a fit about it, which could be. Costs 400 gold. I think that actually may be it. That's odd. It might pop up. We'll find out. I'm not going to worry about that right in this second. I'm going to marry somebody. Let's see if we can't find anybody who would be a good ally. So Lys potentially could be a good one. Or we could do Tyrosh. Tyrosh seems to be a little more powerful. She's more attractive objectively. However, the Targaryens are also a good choice. These are dragon lords. But I am 31 years old, and that is problematic because that doesn't help me right now. I won't be able to have any children. I have no heirs, like at all. So a main spouse would be most ideal. A Wrathful, Brave, and Callous does sort of fit the spouse of a dragon lord. So I'm going to do that one. And then as far as secondary spouses go, I may actually offer that for the Targaryens, just to get that alliance, and then maybe for the third one, because I'm allowed to have many, I'll do Lys. And that way I can worry about focusing on Volantis here, where I will have 48,000 troops, and I may even attempt to just conquer the Kingdom of Myr, just to boost up my forces a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna go down to 3, but I'm also gonna hold court really fast. Old Volantis is interesting because it looks like, okay, so this is a castle holding. This one, it doesn't care. Slavery is not legal here. We can replace this building with something else, which is what I should do. Marta constructing in this barony, apparently a regimental clearing. So I think it wants me to get rid of Volantis proper. So I could grant Volantis to somebody, like my Castellan, who doesn't appear to have any lands. I can't give my capital away. I will give Volantis to this guy, but he seems to be upset by that. He seems to be unhappy that I just did that. You and your foul host may have wrested my kingdom from me, but mark me, I am not through yet, nor will I give up Volantis so easily. I'm going to expel him from my realm, because he doesn't deserve to be here. Realm will lose land if vassals die. Why is that? Oh, because he's the heir. I feel like we should work on murdering him. We'll do on scheme potential. We'll work on getting rid of him quietly. And we have a lot of different little realms that we can start shoring up. And I wonder which one of these we should do first. Let me look at the development of which ones have the... Okay, so these ones are like the big guy. And this doesn't have the duchy yet, I don't think. So Little Valyria, I'm going to create this title. And then it looks to me, let me go back to the development, because I feel like that, I don't know if that actually matters. But these have like the highest development right here. So that could come in handy. He's become athletic because he's so stressed. He decided that he should work out. This is my wife. So I'm now allied to, I believe it's Tyrosh. And once your father dies, I think it might be a good idea to just get in there and just go crazy. We're also allied to the Targaryens, and then we're allied to Lys. And I think the Disputed Lands, actually this guy's really just absolutely fucked. I apologize for the language, but he's damn near, he's got nothing. The dude's absolutely dusted, okay? So I'm just gonna raise up my troops. Oh, okay, here we go. As I step into the gilded halls of Old Volantis, I find myself filled with righteous determination. These were the halls that the gods of Valyria destined me to stand within. The founders of the colony of Old Volantis could never have realized the city they would construct was meant by divine right to seat the first emperor of a new Valyria. However, I cannot rest until all the daughters of the former freehold are beneath my banner. I must send ravens to find any other surviving dragon lords in Essos and summon them to court. From there, we will set forth and take back what is rightfully ours by divine right and might. I lose uncrowned ruler and I gain host appropriate. Oh, I hosted a coronation and I'm now a lawful ruler. And I also, oh, I am now this. Okay. That's interesting. I'm now a mighty king. You're now a mighty emperor. Okay, so we have founded New Valyria and we now have the crown of the freehold. Okay, so you see, sometimes you just gotta like actually hit the button, which probably makes sense. I just want to raise my local troops. I don't really want to raise everybody. Okay, that's enough. That's more than enough troops for this. I'm just gonna head right in. Yeah, we're just gonna go straight for their capital because I don't really care. Ventured into a regency, and we're going to double the size of our realm with this crazy move, right? And we'll do. I kind of like the idea of doing strategy focused. I feel like that makes sense for him. I have a couple more titles that we can work on, like Orange Shore, which I will definitely create, and Alisar, Dreos, Shore, whatever. I can grant you this title. Yep. And that will give you some little bonuses. And I can grant you this title, which is Dreos. Actually, that's not where you are. Which I probably should be this guy, right? Should be that guy, because it's his title. There you go. You are now a mighty lord. We're heading up north. His tiny, microscopic baby force. I'm battling him for a kingdom. And that's all he's going to bring. I have sent ravens to all corners of Essos in search of any other dragon lords that were chosen by the gods to survive the doom. I have begun to think all of my efforts were in vain, and I would have to continue this crusade on my own, when, much to my surprise, Maegor, Rogar, Alex, Jehalor replied to my calls with the desire to join me in restoring order to this world in the same fashion as our ancestors once did. All that remains now is to launch a campaign of conquest across the former colonies of the Freehold, which we're already doing in Myr. So that we may unite them under the might of the dragons once again through the untamed fury of Dragonfire. We will march out from Volantis, but I must now decide which of the free cities will be conquered first in the name of the Dragon Lords. I shouldn't have done it yet. Do I strike out at Myr? Or for the way to push into Pentos? Let's do Myr. We're already fighting with Myr, so we'll just continue the Myr one. Which I guess we shouldn't have done, but you know, these things happen. What are you going to do? We're going to try and hide on this mountain, which is a terrible idea. And I'm coming in, look like a homeless man. So we're taking this for another group, and I'm assuming they'll become my vassal once I take it. I would probably move up to Pentos next. After this, I can transfer this person to them. Sure. We can romance her, I would say is probably... Oh, that will ruin my bond scheme, so I cannot be in love with my wife and also love with my dragon. Which is, of course, it's the tale as old as time. So we're here, we're sieging the fort in Thrace, and it looks to me like that guy definitely deserves to get attacked by a dragon. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's beautiful. I don't know why it's on 3 speed again. I must have hit a button. Okay, well it's over, because we captured them. So we're gonna just call that good. Beautiful. Neighbors can be vassalized, which we are going to do. Let's vassalize these friends. Myr still does have this tiny crumb of land left, which isn't cool. It's kind of inappropriate, I think. They shouldn't have that, but you know, we'll worry about that in time. And I think we just agreed to have these dudes join us. So let's see what that looks like now. There's 1, there's 2, There's 3. So we are now split. We can vassalize this guy. And I think titles can be usurped. The Free City of Myr should be yoinked, but it's 500 gold. Honestly, why are you mad? Domestic Affair, Short Reign, Veteran Adventurer is also authoritative. Very odd that you would be mad about that. My wife is pregnant? That's beautiful news. Alright, so New Valyria is huge already. This is insane. The dude's going absolutely crazy town. I wonder why he wouldn't join us. He wouldn't accept because we're of different faith. I can also make you join, right? I could just take it. I'd rather not. I'd like you to come to me. Well, you know what? I guess it doesn't matter because you're weak and I'm not. And isn't that the point of me being a Dragon Lord? I guess we'll wait a second. We'll just give it some time. It's only been a year in game. We don't gotta go crazy. Oh my god, I have... What? Are they all Empresses? So she doesn't count because we're betrothed, but it looks to me like... Dang, what is he doing? He's just running around between the bedrooms. He's like, my darlings, I love you. Don't you know that I care for you? And he's just like going crazy in there. Ransom, no. The show prisoner interactions is a bit odd. I don't know if this is like technically better. Imagine being in prison and saying that you wouldn't accept any condition that I put on you. Okay, so let's see, how does this work? I think it says isn't there a way to automate this now? That's crazy, so is there not? I could have swore that the court positions were something that you could just automate in the new update, but I guess that's not correct. You still have to click them. It does give you a better, like, view of what everything is, but it's... I wouldn't say this is technically my master at arms could be my wife. Well, I think it should be. That seems like a good spot for her to be in. Every year, your master of the hunt has a chance of sighting dangerous game for you to hunt. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Actually, that's really cool. And you can find legendary game. I've actually never done a legendary hunt because I've never seen one. So that would be very interesting. Empty the cellars. Popular opinion. Yep, do that. Cool. Let us chill for a moment. Maybe something will happen. Oh man, what the heck? I'm losing prestige. I should be... This is the grandest court in all the lands. Oh, it's not costing anything. That's why. It should be a little higher. While studying the histories of Westeros, I come across a tome that told the final battles between the first men. Oh, it's about the Falcon Knight, Aaron. Through the use of the goat path and a clever decoy, Archis won the battle. Yep. Faithful Blade is okay. I think Flexible Leader is better. Because it gives you... Although, honestly, I feel like he'd be very proud of his faith, so we'll do Faithful Blade. I have arrived in Old Volantis to pay you homage, glorious Emperor. Showman. Thanks, guy. I appreciate that. You know what? Just for that, I won't burn your land down. I won't do it. I'll keep your land. That's good for you. Honestly, I'm gonna end up I'm gonna take this. I'm sorry. I'm seizing the city. And we're just coming in, and he's gonna get absolutely rocked. Dude is not gonna stand a single chance. Not a chance in hell. And we're just gonna burn him down. 3 months. Look at his little armor. Aelinor's pretty, but let's do... I like Alyssa, because it reminds me of our Alyssa Veiltegard character. Or Veiltegar, although she's ugly. Well, you know, you're gonna have to win them with your winning personality. Let's marry them to this person, just as a precaution. And I believe that's not Aegon. I think he's supposed to be. Or no, Aegon is actually the son of Gaemon. Aegon is here. Yes. I wonder if Aegon has anything baked into his character for this. Well, she's sickly. It's probably because she's so ugly and nobody wants to go near her. I also had another daughter. Jaheira is a beautiful name, so we'll keep that one. Jaheira can be raised in the ways of learning, I think. Learning would be good. Let's make... apparently can be your guardian too. And the war is over. I've claimed the city of Volan. Whatever it's called. Volan Terrace. I don't think I'm allowed to hold this type of building though. I'm not going to give it to a child. That's insane. You can have it. You're also really good at... I know. I freaking hate giving things away. Work off some stress. There. All right, so there we go. We're working our way up. Honestly, I think what should come next. Establish the Empire of New Valyria, which we already technically control all of Volantis. So we now control this again, and we're huge. I think Pentos should be the next one, and then take over Bravos. That seems to me like what I would do. I'll make these all 6. I just feel like that feels nice. conquer the duchy, which would give us the title, I think, which would probably be more ideal. So we're not even going to wait for that one because they're weak. The other place is strong. A lot of conquest. I'd like to think that Aegon the Conqueror heard of our exploits, and that is how he ended up becoming. And we captured him like right off. It's over. It's done. This place is now mine. And we can create the Kingdom of Myr, which I think would be good, but I'm also going to create the High Lordship of Myr. And I think that actually would be too many duchies now. I'm going to get rid of Little Valyria, because I think somebody lives here. This guy. I'm going to grant you the title of Little Valyria, because I would rather hold the seat of Myr. I call on you to honor our alliance and help join me in the conquest of Crackclaw Isle. I mean, yeah, I'll come help you. Why not? Probably got it in the bag, to be real with you. Somebody has Balerion. I know they do. I think it actually is your son. No. Do you have Balerion? Somebody is riding Balerion. I know they're alive. I just cannot remember who it is. There he is. There's Balerion. Only 60 years old. 60 years young. Absolute stud. Even with the negative bonus, I'm still going to come hit this guy right up with my dragons. Absolutely got him. Bye-bye. 3 months. That's it. That's all it's going to take, and we're going to win this. I'm sure. I'm surprised that this hasn't been found out yet, to be honest with you. Okay, well, the war is over. I'm going to ransom these guys before this ends, because I know it's going to end here in like a second. There we go. I can vassalize somebody. Low feudal obligations. Who is this? Oh, he'll just say yes. That's actually really interesting. Normally they don't. So it's interesting that they're now finally starting to finally starting to catch on of what's going on here. Okay, I'm the lord around here. I can offer you vassalage as well. Religious exemptions? I mean, I don't really care what faith you practice, personally, as long as you're not weird about it. Like if I find out that you're rebelling against me or something, I may end up having a problem with it. So Lys would give us a lot of legitimacy in this area if we were able to take it. It's a lot of land to conquer. I think Pentos would be the next best bet, honestly. These would be fine. He wouldn't say yes at all. He just doesn't like him or like me. I'm not your rightful ruler, which is, I mean, that's fair. That's fair, I guess. I honestly thought there'd be another pop-up, but I guess not. Where should we go now? I'm just looking around. We have 45,000 troops, so it's not like I have anybody who could realistically oppose me. Honestly, guy, I think I gotta conquer Pentos. I'm sorry. Kingdom of Andalos? Yeah, it's gonna go Pentos. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna raise only men-at-arms because I don't want to spend a lot of money, and I'm just gonna come by sea. Only 100 casualties. We can take that. Sure. I'll take it. You can help me if you want for like 30 gold. Who cares? It says we have an even odd, which I don't think is true. Yeah, I love that the dragon has to turn on. Let me turn my dragon on. It's like my favorite thing in the world. This guy has insane. What the hell is that? Dude, his stewardship is bananas. 13 gold a turn? I mean, that's not a lot, but that's pretty solid. Is this guy... Honestly, he would be pretty good. Negotiate release. I'm going to recruit this man. This guy can be my maester since I didn't want to find one. Let's see, where is that at? Do we even need a maester? He's an excellent maester, so I guess it doesn't matter. Captain of the Household Guard. I can make it him. Septon. Court Smith. Nobody very good for those. Caravan Master. How is he good? He's a good antiquarian, I guess. This is going quite well. This is fun. Although I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's definitely not at all. Your Dynasty Legacy. I would definitely say Cradle to Grave. I would definitely go down the Dragon Lord perk tree. Regimental clearings, finally. And Old Volantis are done. I think what we should do, if we can... Okay, so they got rid of those. Anyway, I was really going to be annoyed by that. Bakeries, Open Iron Pit. I forgot that these cost so much. Getting Valyrian Steel Craftsman would be ideal because it gives you 2 gold or 2.5 gold a turn, but I just don't have it in the cards right now. I'm trying to get the Overseer perk just because I think it's pretty great. The Absolute Control is solid. And then once we get that, we'll probably work on Maybe some diplomacy. What his other stats are pretty solid. He's got good diplomacy, he's got good martial, he's got good stewardship, so he would be pretty fine at most things. Another daughter, Visera. Isn't that my third daughter? Also, who can I marry? Oh wow, she is ugly and sickly. May end up choosing your sister over you, to be honest. Got nicknamed the Hammer. They call you Emperor Aurion the Hammer. Dude, that's the sickest name ever. I love that nickname. Anyone wanting to know why they call you the Hammer has the only to ask your unfortunate foes is so badass. I love that. Here I come. Coming to hammer you. I think don't you have to win like a certain amount of battles or something? Isn't that what it is? Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Alyssa. Oh, Alyssa's the ugly one. I mean, I guess you don't have to be pretty to rule. It just helps. Nice, she's not sickly anymore. There we go. Now we're finally cooking. Let's get the Kingdom of Myr. That will really give me some authority over here. People start respecting me around these parts, okay? I'm going straight for the city, dude. When I played as Chrom, attacking, I want to say, this is Pentos, right? Yeah. Attacking Pentos was like one of my favorite pastimes. Getting these cities, they give you an unbelievable amount of money. Oh boy, the use of Pythax in the Battle of Princess Quarter proved most effective. In the heat of the battle, Lord Jehalor banked towards the enemy lines in the back of Hylics. The bright purple beast let out a thunderous roar. He killed this guy. Goodness. And we did it. It's done. The battle is over. The war is won. Pentos, yet another kingdom, has fallen. And we now control even more land, an unbelievable amount of land. Look at this, it's beautiful. And I'm going to start getting rid of some of these titles, just because I don't want them, right? The city of Pentos is also mine, but I think I have to give it to somebody. I'm not giving it to my children. Don't do that, it's a terrible idea. My castellan's going to die. We're going to wait. We'll wait a second. We'll wait to give anybody any more titles. So we are now huge mungus. Absolutely enormous. We've grown quite a lot. We are now getting 20 gold a turn, which is all what you want, exactly. It's exactly what you want. Claim the mantle of the freehold. You have to have legendary figure above, be a dragon rider, and be the blood of old Valyria. And you must control at least 3 kingdom tier titles or 2 empire titles. You must control at least 3 of the free cities. I think we control 3 of them actually now, yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it. Title can be usurped, which we want the free city of Pentos, but that costs 500 to usurp it, but I think it costs less if you just take it later, so we'll worry about that in a minute. Yeah, this is going well. I'm having a good time. Lys is gonna get absolutely blasted, bombasted here. We can subjugate him if we want to. We get one of those per... Oh, this is her title actually, and it would cost me 2,700, and I do have enough to do that if I really want to. I forgot that she has a claim to this. Chronically Subjugate isn't that expensive, and I don't really need to do it to anybody else. Yeah, we'll just Draconically Subjugate you. Although, do I have to have personal control over these? Missing 2,200. I think honestly, that's the one. I'm like, do I have to personally control those cities? Is that what it's saying? Like, I don't know. Do that have to be my realm? Because I control Volantis, I control Myr, and I control Lys. Oh, not Lys. I'm sorry, Pentos. I'm stupid. Go like this, or we could go like this and seize the free city of Lys, which is kind of ugly looking, looks really stupid. Or we can Draconically Subjugate. We haven't done that to anybody yet, so that's kind of fun. Let's just that's a tough one. Let's take this. Let's just subjugate him. Let's forcefully make him my vassal. That's what everybody wants. They love it. It's their favorite thing. Show him in. Thanks, my guy. He's honestly quite beloved, which is surprising. Honestly, I'm going to have these guys go south, because they have the siege equipment, and I'm going to go north and attack this dude. Directly in his face. Right in his stupid mouth. Here we go. That was a terrible idea. See that? That's called the Dragon I Win card. It's very fun. My favorite card. We could probably kill this guy now. Let's cover every angle. 95% success chance. I am a murderer, but he's dead, so I don't really care. And then once I'm done with this, I'm gonna head down south and then go that way. We'll take those people up. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. Mostly just worried about taking as much land as possible. Once we're established, we can kind of worry about realm management. It's only been 6 years though since the game started, keep in mind. And then do the dragon. 2 months. We'll take the capital. Oh, my son! Aurion is a great name for a prince. I think technically she's my heir. She's ugly though. She's ugly, and I think her sister may be better, but we'll save it for now. We don't need to disinherit yet. My sister-in-law. I will solidify my alliance with Tyrosh. I don't need to. Well, he's going to be raised in the ways of war, though. Honestly, this guy's probably great. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter how he becomes. Who cares? He's a dragon rider. He can be a total dick if he wants to. I don't care. Another son. So now we have Rhaegar, who has brown hair. Ugly. You'll also be raised in the ways of war, my son. You guys can be raised together. Who cares? This will be remembered as one of the most decisive military victories in the realm's history. Thanks to the heroic actions of Lord Jahalar on Dragonback, the enemy leadership have been devastated. Oh. So he got killed, and so the war ended inconclusively, actually. Which is not what I wanted. So that wasn't a great victory at all. Look at these kingdom titles real fast. This is all Andalos. But once we're here, then we can touch Bravos and basically just go yoink, which is what I would plan on doing anyway. I probably would go here. Well, you know what? Let's just get them all. Let's go crazy and just start swallowing people up. Nice. As long as the war doesn't take us too long, we should be okay. Got a lot of different ones going on at the same time, obviously. Okay, so we've got an overseer now. And I think, honestly, it might not be a bad idea to get like diplomacy. We'll do majesty focused, just because I feel like that's smart. And there we go. Beautiful. Done. 2 years. It's over. So it was only 2 years to take all of those. This guy should just take it. No questions. They saw the writing on the wall, and they were like, you know what? I'm okay with being not your rightful heir. What do you got? Oh, the Kingdom of Aurion, that's right. So this is where the Roiner came from. So for now, I'm allied to those two. I don't really need to absorb them or anything just yet. If I was Bravos, I would be sweating. And because you were so generous and decided to actually join me of your own volition, I'm going to give you all of this. And I'm also, because I'm so generous and great, I'm going to grant you, I'm going to create these 2 titles, or just this one, I guess. This one, and I'm going to grant it to you as well. You should probably also get married. To, you could get married to me, but you're 60 years old, and you're not going to have any children. Well, you have children. You have heirs. Who cares? There we go. That's a couple titles that we got rid of. Still a lot more over here, I think, that I have to. Alright, I've gotten rid of those titles. No, I'm not overburdened by them. We're just saving up to hit 5,000 prestige so we can reestablish the freehold, which is kind of our soft goal now. And I think what we should do, truly, because I'm not going to get these guys to come any other way, is probably start taking all of these little border territories. But why would you not say yes? He's a first magister, which is, I mean, that's a pretty big reason, right? This is your heir. I am not allied to them. So once you die, whenever that happens to be, you were burned, probably by a dragon. Whenever that happens to be, religious exemption is fine. I don't really care. As long as you're okay with me being your direct overlord, I will let you practice whatever you want. I'm like the Romans, right? I'm just like, you can do whatever, dog. He's gotten pretty good. Gaiman is 41. Aegor, or Aegon, he's shy, which is not... It seems wrong. Elena. Dana. Okay, so these are not like the lore accurate names. Jorah. John. Another John. Garland the 6th. King Eric the Great Stag. Durandon, of course. for him, vassalage would be crazy. I honestly wouldn't mind draconically subjugating you specifically because you can keep your city and stuff, and I only need to do one of these per lifetime, so that is what I'm gonna do. But again, I'm gonna set out from here, from Pentos, because I still control the city. It looks like he's gonna be bold and try to attack me directly, which is a terrible idea. So I'm gonna cast Dragon. As you can see, it's the I win move every time. I'm gonna then go back to where I was going. I'm gonna head directly for the Sea Lord's Palace. I still need more troops is the problem. Well, I don't want to bring that many levies because they're kind of expensive. There we go. Big siege. All right, we're in the middle of the siege. Another dragon was hatched. That's pretty fun. This guy took that, but it won't matter because we're taking their lands directly, right? There we go. We took the main. Got all kinds of gold. How much does it cost? Well, it's over. We've won the war. You are now my subject, which I should work on granting you titles. Which is what? The Kingdom of Bravos is mine by rights, by divine rights, in fact. I just need to make a bunch of titles, really, and just give them away. Alright, what duchy titles do I have? It says I have too many. I only need... Who's the baked lands? So I'm just working on making a bunch of duchies, and I'm going to give these away. I don't need it. It looks like I'm going to have to get rid of Pentos anyway, so I'm not even going to worry about it. But I am going to make one more title to give me 5,000, which will let me claim the mantle. But first let me get rid of Valensar, wherever that happens to be. I mean, this guy can have it, who cares? He lives here. Go for it, go crazy. And now we can claim the mantle of the Freehold. Since the Doom of Valyria, Essos has been without a guiding hand. To the north, Dothraki savages lay waste to all beneath their steeds, and to the east, the Scions of the Harpy grow bolder in embracing their Giscari heritage. The daughter colonies of the Freehold have been left to their own devices as the free cities, with each in some form asserting themselves as the true heirs of Valyria. Many have dreamed of reviving the legacy of the Freehold, even fewer have dared to attempt it. We are the true heirs of Valyria. Since the Doom of Valyria, blah blah blah, has been without a guiding hand to the north, yes. You ponder your options going forward, many have dreamed of reviving the legacy of the Freeholds, and even fewer have dared to attempt it. The free cities, having resisted attempts at subjugation numerous times prior, are themselves still proud of their Valyrian heritage, with each in some form asserting themselves as the true heirs of Valyria. To establish yourself as the successor state would no doubt signal to them your intentions of dominion over the Freehold's former lands. As a remnant of the Old Freehold and a member of the dynasty of the Blood of Old Valyria, you assert that you are the legitimate continuation of the Freehold. Your empire will be known as Valyria. The Freehold continues through us. Your primary title is now Valyria. Nice! So now we are the kingdom, or the empire, rather, of Valyria. We don't need the Empire of New Valyria because we already established that this one is it. Your great appetites are renowned. Who is this? The Yunkai Coalition to dismantle the kingdom of Valyria. Who the hell is this? Rally the troops, I guess. 34,000. It's like a regular dang old holy war, man. Where are they going to come at? How much money are you going to have to pay me if I win this? Only 240. That's nothing. Okay, so they came together in like a coalition to try and seize the means of production and take me down, but I don't think that their attempt is going to be very fruitful. I feel like I'm going to just win. I have a lot of allies too, because I can call in Tyrosh, and I can call in Lys. If we want to play that game. You guys want to have a coalition? Well, I can have one too. I'm just going to get my whole force together. Greatness awaits you. This is a crazy amount of troops. The great battle against the coalition begins, and I am just wiping them out. Yeah, it's already over. The Yunkai Coalition has been defeated, has been put down with no effort at all on my behalf. I've lost this kingdom title. I lost to quite a few people because of that. I'll have this guy do this. My queen can be my... That's really interesting. I always love it when things like that can happen. And I don't think... I mean, these guys could be swallowed up if we wanted to. I mean... Realistically, we've completed this story arc. What he would do from here, right, is continue to conquer and then start building things up. And I'm all for that. However, I'm going to spoil something that I've been plotting now for a while. our girl Alyssa, who you guys may recall from my Valyria series or Valyria video one-off, is actually going to be making a return. So rather than do something like that in this video, you guys seem to really enjoy her. She was a fan favorite character, so she's going to be making a return. We could just try to like even this up a little bit because it looks kind of messy, doesn't it? So let me do that. Let me jump away for a second. We'll clean this up and then we'll call this good, because we've been allied with Tyrosh for basically the whole time, and I'm very much okay with keeping it that way, at least as far as that goes. This man is getting every woman pregnant. I just wanted to point this out. He already has 7 children, but because, you know, he hasn't had one with the Targaryen, he's like, well, I gotta have another. And then as far as Lys goes, I think I'm gonna decide to actually give this to my wife, who's been my lady in waiting, and pretty much patiently waiting, might I add, for this kingdom title for a while. So let's just take Lys for my queen, and she could just have that, my secondary spouse, because she's my secondary spouse anyway, so who cares? And that'll be probably not too painful to do, to be honest. We've not had to increase our men-at-arms at all, which is honestly kind of disgusting. But I am going to call in Tyrosh just because I don't feel like doing this by myself, even though, oh, that's going to give me a fame penalty, but that's fine, actually. Or like I'll get a little bit negative, but that's okay. We could just make a kingdom or something here very shortly for Bravos. Oh no, too many children, good lord. Nice, 54 days. This man has 10 children now, 10. Most of them are girls. Aegon takes to the skies upon a name I could not even begin to pronounce. This has been a lot of fun, though. This is a really cool, just general... Yeah, we'll take Bravos. Just a general cool campaign that I think you guys did a great job on. It's fun. I like the idea that you can do either one. Like, you can go back to Valyria, or you can decide to take over the freeholds, which I think is smart. And I've just had a good time with it. I'm a big fan of this mod in general. And like I said, you're going to see more of it in the near future. Dang, this is crazy. They have not come back for their capital whatsoever. They just don't care. I mean, he's going to take 1 fort. Real impressive. I'm sure he's proud of himself. King Gaiman now speaks common. Why does it... they're mad about it? I guess they would be. Valyrians are pretty pretentious. And that's it. After 18 months, we have taken Lys for my wife, who is now a ruler, queen of this area, which is very beautiful. I love that. It's very poignant. She's technically still my vassal, and I can ask her for high taxes, which I can use my hook for. She doesn't have to like me, but she should, because I literally granted her the title. Just gonna clean up this little last bit up here. Yeah, we'll just call it all good from there, because Tyrosh is my ally, so I don't need to worry about them, but everybody else needs to be under my sway or I will freak out, okay? I hope this satisfies the people who always want a world conquest video, because I see those comments like all the time. These poor people. This guy was just trying to spawn himself, getting absolutely rocked. Honestly, much easier than I expected. You could of course keep moving and go over to the 7 kingdoms and basically establish that for yourself, but you don't really have to do that. But this has been a good time. It's fun. It's interesting. It's unique. It doesn't have a lot. I'm wondering if, because I had attacked earlier, if we kind of messed up the story arc. It seems like there's maybe supposed to be triggers for the different Dragon Lords. I'm not sure, but I'm satisfied regardless with this one. I just want to finish wrapping this up, and then we'll call this one good. That one's done. And with only those 2 areas left to conquer, I'm going to call this one good. I want to thank you guys so much for watching as we played as the first Emperor of Valyria, Aurion here. Had a lot of fun with this run. Would be curious to try it potentially again, but remember, we are going to be playing more Legacy of Valyria with Empress Alyssa and her continued expansion. Not sure what I'm going to do in that video. Maybe we'll just mess around with some of the other mechanics. That could be fun. Some more magic and things like that, because that was a good time. But I wanted to do something else. I wanted to try out this new start date. Not new anymore, really, just new to me, and see what you guys thought. And I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, I want to thank my channel members for their continued support. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you. And of course, I want to thank my Paladin tier members, and those are Dwayne the Rock Lobster, Zora Luigi, Dunyal, Valadar, Lachlan, Grazo, Candriff, Shadow King Drakon, Titus, Furcon, and Jay Dizzle. I appreciate you guys so much. If you'd like to become a channel member, or if you've ever considered becoming a channel member, you can do so through the membership tab. Nights and above get videos 2 to 3 days early, depending on how I'm feeling. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Soul. This has been AGOT with the Legacy of Valyria submod, and I will happily see you in the next one. Watch out for that Empress of Valyria video. It's going to be good.